You're here because you filled out a survey about a guy. And there's good news. This guy scored an A minus. He is a very good guy. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He will talk big and start strong, but going the distance is tough for him. His energy and drive help him take bold steps, yet he often struggles to stay focused or finish what he starts. Be careful not to get carried away by his promises alone.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is quick to get upset and may lash out or sulk. He has a hard time keeping calm, so you'll often see angry outbursts, blaming others, or long periods where he pulls away and doesn't talk much. It's wise to expect a lot of drama and emotional swings rather than steady recovery.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, he often clashes with people and can come across as rude or harsh. While some might admire his drive and excitement, many will find him hard to get along with because he is quick to argue and easily loses his temper. If you want peace and warmth in your life, this may not be the kind of company you'd want long term.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he might act happy at first, but deep down, he's likely to feel upset or even threatened. He wants to be the strong one, so your success can make him feel small or ignored. This may show up as bursts of anger, sarcasm, or him picking fights over little things.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you start earning more than him, he will likely feel insecure and resentful, even if he doesn't say it out loud at first. He wants to be the main provider and might see your higher income as a blow to his importance. He may distance himself or act cold when money comes up.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He doesn't handle money very carefully. He tends to spend without much thought, getting excited about things in the moment and sometimes making impulsive purchases. If something catches his eye, he's likely to buy it first and worry about the cost later.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is likely to live beyond his means and act richer than he really is. He enjoys showing off and wants to impress others, even if it means spending more than he should. Instead of saying no or being careful, he may buy flashy things or make promises he can't keep.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is open handed and generous, sometimes to a fault. He loves making people feel good and isn't shy about sharing what he has, whether it's giving gifts, treating friends, or helping someone out. But this kindness can sometimes become a problem because he rarely thinks before spending.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not likely to be secretive or controlling about money, but he may not be very responsible or careful either. He's often open about his spending, sometimes even talking about his money, moves without thinking. If you want clear and steady money talks, you may need to take the lead yourself.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He isn't very organized or tidy himself, so he's unlikely to take the lead on housework. He might expect you to handle most of the chores, thinking it's just how things are done, especially if you don't bring it up. So be ready to speak up, or you might end up doing most of it alone.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's not the type to jump in and handle chores or diaper duty by himself. If you ask, he might lend a hand quickly, but usually he prefers to show support by standing nearby, giving advice, or just watching rather than actually doing the work. If you want a true partner in chores and childcare, you might find yourself disappointed.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's more likely to argue and try to prove he's right than to stop and truly understand your side. When there's a disagreement, his first reaction is to defend himself with strong words, sometimes raising his voice or cutting you off. This can make it tough to solve problems peacefully, and you may end up feeling unheard or blamed.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to lose his cool and say hurtful things or act in an aggressive way. His temper can flare up quickly, leading to shouting, harsh words, or even slamming doors. Afterward, he might regret it, but during the fight, respect often gets pushed aside.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper can catch you by surprise, turning small issues into big arguments in minutes. You deserve peace and respect in your home, not walking on eggshells.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he's much more likely to blame you or someone else, making excuses and defending his actions. This pattern can leave you feeling misunderstood and alone, especially after arguments.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not fully understand or respect your boundaries, especially when he wants something. If you say no or set a limit, he might push back, argue, or try to change your mind instead of simply accepting your answer. This can be tiring and make you feel unsafe or not truly listened to.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of respecting your feelings, he might get upset, act cold, or make comments that make you feel guilty. You could find yourself pressured to explain or defend your decision, which is not fair to you.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may have to be careful here because when he's angry or upset, he might use private moments or secrets to hurt you or win an argument. He can be quick to lash out and may not always think about how his words affect you, even bringing up things you shared in trust. This can make you feel unsafe or worried about opening up to him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be easily distracted by other women. His high energy and interest in excitement can sometimes lead him to seek attention or thrills outside the relationship. You may end up feeling unsure or insecure if you want trust and steady loyalty.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to act over possessive, showing jealousy, controlling behavior, and being suspicious often. He may want to know where you are, who you talk to, and try to make decisions for you. Remember, true love is built on trust and freedom, not control or fear.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like protective behavior is often just another way of being controlling. Instead of making you feel safe, his so called care can become rules, limits, and constant checking on you. True protection feels warm and comforting, not like a cage.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. While he might step in during fun or special moments, day to day care, discipline, and planning will probably fall on your shoulders. He's not big on routine or sharing responsibilities unless you push him to help, and even then, you might have to remind him again and again.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is very likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can quickly turn into angry outbursts, loud words, or even blaming. You may have to step in to soothe things and protect their feelings.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may struggle to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. While he can show warmth and appreciation for your care at home, he may not easily accept your wishes, dreams, or career outside your role as a mother. Be careful not to lose your identity. Your dreams are important too.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but later expect you to quit once a child comes along. In the early stages, he may act encouraging or even proud, but as soon as family life gets busier, he's likely to say things like, "It's better for the child if you stay home, Tain," or put pressure on you to give up your work. This shift can feel confusing and unfair, leaving you with hard choices between your own dreams and family.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will likely act polite on the surface with your parents, but may not show them real warmth and care. He knows how to put on a friendly face when it's needed, but his heart isn't always fully in it, and his patience can wear thin if there's any tension or disagreement. If your family needs true respect, understanding, or ongoing help, he might not step up unless you push him. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. His temper can flare up quickly, and instead of finding gentle solutions, he may react with anger, harsh words, or even distance himself from everyone. This can turn small issues into big fights, making you feel stuck between the people you love.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might act modern and open minded with you in private, but expect you to play the role of a traditional supportive wife when his relatives are around. He may want you to dress, behave, or speak differently to make his family happy, even if that's not who you truly are. This double standard can be confusing and frustrating, leaving you feeling like you have to keep switching between two sides of yourself.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with his family rather than fully support you. He doesn't like facing conflict, especially with his relatives, and may expect you to adjust or handle things alone. In tough moments, you could feel left out or unsupported, wishing for someone to stand by you but finding him distant instead.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
Yes, he has the tendencies of a mummy's boy and is very likely to choose his mother's side in a conflict. Even if he cares for you, he may struggle to stand up to his mother or disagree with her openly. He could expect you to adjust and keep the peace rather than challenge his family's wishes.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is very likely to share details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. Whenever there's trouble or disagreement between you, he might talk openly to them about what's happening. instead of keeping it just between you two. This means your private matters may never stay private, and you could feel exposed or judged by his family.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, that is why this guy scored an A minus. He's a very good guy. Day in and day out, being with this man can feel like living on a roller coaster. Some days he brings bursts of energy, fun, and warmth that make life feel exciting.